Hi, my name is Odie. I often get asked to put up a training video on how to end raid. I normally stream the tutorial live on my Twitch stream. However, this time Grandma has agreed to be trained and produce the video for my YouTube channel.
And I'm really, really excited. I'm a little bit scared, but mostly excited. Okay, just an aside, the lesson with Odie was 5.5 hours long, and it was amazing, but that's much too long for a YouTube video instructional thing. So I've tried to organize things in a way that'll be easy to understand. Some things will be out of order for how we actually did them. And the camera will change points of view depending on who has the best for whatever's going on at a particular time. Hope it isn't too confusing. Also, I'm sorry that you won't get much of a feel for how much fun we had, because it was in fact way more fun than I thought end raiding could ever be. So back we go to what you need to do end raiding. Odie has made end raiding as cheap as possible. Any items that you have that are better than these, you feel free to use them, but these are what you will want at the minimum. You're going to want armor with whatever protection you can get on them. Feather Falling 4 is really nice on the boots. For gear, infinity on a bow means that you don't have to carry around a bunch of arrows, which will take up space for other things. Looting 3 on a sword will give you 69% more drops when you use the sword. You're going to want Unbreaking 3 on a pickaxe, a carved pumpkin. In case you don't know, you can wear a carved pumpkin on your head, and when you look at an Enderman, it won't aggravate them. But it has this horrible, horrible view. So Odie uses a data pack, link in the description, to remove that pumpkin view. And as he says,
Personally, only cheat I've ever used, because I just have the pumpkin blur removed.
And then you're going to need a stack of food. In your inventory, you're going to want arrows. Remember, if you don't have infinity, you're going to need 4 stacks or so. And then make sure you bring with you a mending book, an Unbreaking 3 book, and a Silk Touch book. If you have a pick with Silk Touch, that's taken care of. And then bring an anvil, stacks of rockets, ender pearls, or if you're in version 1.14 or more recent, you can use trapdoors, one or the other, to get through the end portal. And then after you've done that, you fill your inventory with cobblestone.
Ready. Ladies first.
Yeah, so gentlemanly.
Just in case. So, before we move from here, I do want to mention one thing. Some servers you're on don't allow you to fight the dragon. Some people do not know how to fight the dragon. There's ways around this. So what you do, instead of going to the island to fight the dragon, you just head in the opposite direction to the island. And this is why you need so much cobblestone, because you will be doing this for an awful long time.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's why you need so much. But if you the dragon beat, we'll go and we'll see how we do it via that. Okay, so as you can see in the distance there, it's already had a stone stairway built to get up.
A really cool thing is to pay attention when you're on the end island, which direction your end portal is on, so that when you get to that island, you continue going that direction, which means you're going away from the main end island and towards the end cities.
Oops. And I will show you the old way, and Grandma Mommy will show you the current way. So I just stand as close as I can get and I aim. You will always land on endstone. If you're unlucky and there's no endstone there, just go from a different angle, because there'll always be some endstone there. So Don't worry, you're not going to throw it and it's going to end up in the middle of nowhere and you're going to die. It's not going to happen.
What you do is you stand under the trapdoor, then you close the trapdoor, and this is where you are. And then you just inch through. Woohoo!
And you're through.
And I'm through. And the thing
Okay.
is up there. And now the walking begins. No, seriously. You walk and walk and walk. Then you pillar over to another island and you walk and walk and walk. And make sure you're going in the direction you already determined to go. Right now, we're going north.
Oh, literally just loaded in. Once you've done that, we'll get there. Don't get too close. There's always two down at the bottom. I call them Ethel and Fred.
Two shulkers, I
Two
guess.
shulkers shooting at you down at the bottom. Let me see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna point out this little. I can see the two shulkers now.
Oh, I can
So
see
they're
them. Like
they're by the doorway.
That's a door? Okay.
Yes. Now, Endermen do tend to get in the way. So, one thing a lot of people don't know: if you shoot an Enderman with a bow, they just go away. They do not aggro on you. Let's not get too close. I like to go to around about here. That way, you're in line for both of them, and you don't have any worries about them spotting you. So, I'll let you do that. Now, while you're shooting at them, I'm going to let you know if they are open or opening, you can hit them. If they're closed or closing, you cannot hit them. So your timing is very vital on this one.
And aim?
Yeah, aim sometimes helps. For the shulker box, we need the shulker shells. So if you want to pick that up, there.
I'd like to take just a moment to explain the beauty of what Odie has learned and then taught me. Each in-city is made up of all these buildings that are connected in unique ways, but each of those units, if you will, is always the same and will always generate the same way with just a few variations. So I'm going to try to cover each one of the units and how Odie clears them. This one that we just did is called a base. And it has 3 layers, and out front, as Odie said, there's Fred and Ethel. And that's the only shulkers in this base unit, and they're always right outside the door, unless, like in this case, the building generates up against some end stone, and then the shulkers will generate somewhere nearby. There are no other shulkers inside unless they've teleported from another place. And there is no loot inside this base unit.
So if they've teleported, you may want to just creep around the corner here with your bow, just in case. But because we know we kill both of them, we can just walk straight up.
So now Odie's going to show us how to clear a short, fat tower, as I call it.
There's 2 ways of doing this. And instead of cobblestone, some people like to use scaffolding. Not everyone's going to be playing the versions that have scaffolding. So you can just use your cobblestone to go up, or how I do it is I just climb the ladder. At the top of the ladder, you will hit a ledge, and then once you're on the ledge, you just jump your way up. So now this is where the trick comes in. You need to get to where the double stack, if you look up here, there's a double stack of slabs. You need to get that one. Double
stack of slabs.
You'll see it when you get to this particular location. And yeah, I keep forgetting. You can do that to make it easy to walk. I just like doing things the hard way. So once you're at a location where you can see them, you need to stand dead under, and you need to not in the corner, dead under one of these stairs. If it hits you, you're fine.
Oh,
you're just gonna go there, and then you'll drop down. Then what you can do, most of them won't hit you, and you just pop them as you stand here, and you can get 3 from this initial position.
Oh,
so that one teleported, so it's probably on the outside. So that one teleported. We're not having a lot of luck today. And again, hold it until you can get into position for whatever's left. Make sure when you get to this point, they may not have teleported. Like this one didn't teleport outside, so we're good on that. And I'm just gonna slowly make my way up. And this is where you'll see the double slabs.
Doubles. Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so you just break that and that, and you go up. There is a space up there where when they teleport, some of them teleport upstairs. So if you've had some that teleport, they could be up there. Open. He is not playing nicely. That means we got all 4. And you'll always be greeted with 2 chests. And this is where you upgrade.
Nice. Ooh, nice. Diamonds. Curse of Vanishing.
The only one you don't want to put on is the Curse of Binding, but the Curse of Vanishing, don't leave them behind because guess what? Until you die, it's going to be great protection. So go ahead and change your armor out to diamonds. This is what I was talking about. You'll be upgrading. Now, sometimes they may teleport up to the roof. You come out, you have a look around, make sure. With a bigger city, this is also a good place to take pot shots at some of the other ones. But I'll show you the other place where they can hide. They can hide on the side. And the side is a pain to get to unless...
Now we've gone back to the top of the stairs where we were earlier.
As I said, when you get to the top, it looks like you go forward as if you've just gone onto a ledge when you get to the top of the ladder. And when you do that, you just break the 3 blocks in front of you, 2 up and down, and then 1 that's just blocking you. And then when you come out, you can use your bow, because they usually stick to the side. And anything he drops will just fall straight onto your lap. This entire city is dead. Let's move on and see if we can find another.
And after a lot more pillaring across, we do find another.
We are going to go to the boat first.
Oh, it's way over there, though.
Yes, it is. None of this is going to be easy until we get the wings. And this is where we get the wings.
In the boat.
So we're going to go past the back of the boat, because there's a monster hanging round the back. There's only ever 3 monsters on a boat.
Oh, I see him up there. Could I shoot him from here? Is that possible?
You can, but there's a much easier way. You can do this entire boat without ever getting hit. Again, this is the whole purpose of me showing you how to do this. So, minimum amount of effort, maximum amount of not dying.
Just a quick insert here about how Odie handles ships. There is always a bridge on the building side of an in-city if there is a boat or a ship off to the side. This distance is reachable with an ender pearl, but you have to go past those 2 shulkers on the end, and the safest place to be, as Odie says, is right here. So what he does is pillar up and do this in a safer way. Yes, you can reach this by ender pearl, but this is how Odie does, and he didn't die.
And we're heading for the dragon's head on the pointy bit at the top of the front of the ship.
Okay.
I'm going to build a little platform under this head. There's a different way of getting it, but since we're not flying, this is the easiest. So, yeah, chop his head off. And it doesn't matter what you use. It's all the same. Oh, there's your dragon head. So what we need is to get onto this block here. So if you go around the side and just get onto the wall, or I try not to go that far forward because he can see you from there. So let me show you from me. I just went here and I went boom, and he did see you.
Yeah, I saw, but he doesn't. So he forgot.
He's forgotten already. So from here, you can shift to the side and then shoot the guy from here, and he won't shoot at you. So go ahead and...
Where is he? Down in there?
He's up on the forecastle. Oh. the big bit at the back of the boat, the forecastle. I'm going to quickly show you how to do this, right? So just in case it takes a bit of time, you just run up here, you grab the shulker shell if he's dropped one, and you run right back down and down into this hole. Okay, now be careful. Stop. Do not move. So there's some healing potions there. So you can get them in if you want, but don't move. So how you do this, once you get down here, you head directly to this window, and you go as close to this wall as you can. You break the window. I usually do it with my bow, and you can either use your sword, or you can use the bow. Now, here's the next part. No, always against this wall.
Why are we against this wall?
If you go to this corner and then look through there, yes. Now you're safe there. So go to that corner and shoot him with the bow.
He won't shoot me from here?
No.
Look at that. I see the wings. I see the wings. I got him. You didn't even have to soften him up.
Go get your wings. Yeah. We didn't actually get the guy on the outside. He's still firing, but we're safe. So did you get any more armor here that maybe I can wear?
I don't know. I was trying to learn. I didn't look in the chest.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we've got picks. This is exactly what we need.
Unbreaking efficiency.
Unbreaking 3, efficiency 4.
Yeah.
Now, you hardly ever... I've seen it once, and I've done so much end raiding. I got a silk touch on one.
And this is a really good time to enchant your pick with silk touch so you can break any ender chests you get and put the mending and unbreaking 3 on your wings before you use them. Now back to that shulker that teleported.
They shoot at your feet. So most of the time, every so often it gets lucky, but you see this coming at me? I'm just standing here. I don't care. It's coming at me. It's not going to hit me because it's shooting at my feet. And if you're worried it's going to hit you, crouch. It's almost like it shoots at your knees, because if you crouch, it does actually go lower. But essentially,
where is he shooting from?
He's shooting from, I believe he's down below here. So we're going to use these fancy new picks and just have a quick look, see if we can find him. So I like to use just little portholes to see if I can spot him. There he is. It's... Oh, there's one. There we go. So, yeah, we got him. You can glide down, and I'll go the long way.
I just jump. I don't have rockets or anything. I'm really...
You can jump and make sure you're hitting W to go forward and just spam the spacebar.
Okay.
That's it.
Whee! Now, where do I go to hide?
Well, just not too close to the building, because there's still those Ethel and Fred out front. Fred is very protective about his porch.
So, new city, the first thing you do is take care of Fred and Ethel at the doorway. And the next thing we do...
Get a view of the city. One of the reasons I like to do this is we have one that is underneath right there. So we need to be off just a little bit so the arrows don't fall back and shoot you. We need to nerd pillow up a little bit. It's a little bit too high. And then we can just shoot that guy. It's a lot harder to see when he's open, which is why you want to make sure that you're not in the path of the falling arrows.
This base has a small tower on it called a banner tower. And this unit may be straight up, or it may have bridges off of it. But there's only one shulker inside, and you kill him 2 different ways depending on whether you have wings or not. And this is how you kill him if you don't have wings.
This is one of the towers. And right there is, and again, I'm going slightly off center.
Oh, he's just straight up. Okay. So you can stand off to the side and shoot where it's safe, or you can stand right under it and then move out of the way when the arrows come back at you. Get to the top of these stairs again as last time, either adding blocks and going around or just pillaring up.
this is where you need to stop, because this is where it branches off to the different sides. And sometimes they're really close and the shulkers can see you. You really don't want that. So the one behind us is actually the one that's really close. So luckily we can go here and we can just stay nice and low and we can shoot that guy. There's always going to be that guy at the entrance. I will just scoot slightly off.
Up like inside. Okay, I see him.
Well, he's at the door, the right of the doorway.
Can he see us even though we don't see his insides?
They can see through their own shells. They don't actually have to see you with their eyes.
Okay. So that was a one-story building. And the one-story buildings have one shulker outside the door and then a floater. That's the guy that's in a different place every time. Off of this bridge is a three-story building. We just did a one-story. There are also two-story buildings. Each and every one of them has a shulker outside of the door on the right. This three-story building also has 4 other shulkers inside it, 3 that are always in the same position, and 1 floater, which means that 1 shulker can be anywhere around this building, outside or inside, in some random place. And while they may look the same from the outside, they're not the same as the base building, which is only at the bottom.
I'm going to show you how I do it on this one. So you just stand there.
Okay.
So I run in, I get this one, I run back out, just so I can pick up what he dropped, the shell, in case he dropped it. Then because I'm down here, and I've already checked to make sure there's nothing on the outside. So I go up here, and I jump on this end rod, and I break the half slab right in front of me, and I jump up. Now, this is a 3-story, so it looks like we've got one down on the lower floor, and this one does have an end chest. We got the lucky one. So we have one in each corner. So what we're going to do is just break the glass, and we are going to shoot the guy who's not normally there, that's down on the lower floor. All right, that's him gone. So now we will get the guy in the top left corner. That's him. And then we'll get the guy in the top right corner. This one's a little bit more difficult to get. I just need to make sure he's still there, actually, because I went and put an arrow in the way. Let me double check. Yeah, he's still there. So
how come? How are you seeing in and I see purple? Do you have to dig in 2?
Nope, just 1, 2. See, that's why I broke the window.
Oh, the window. Okay.
Yes. So I broke through the window. So that's got him. Now there's one more. So you've got 2, normally 2. If there's a third one, you get that on that window. You then go to this window just around the side, and you get this guy. Now, this is where it gets a bit sneaky, because he will fire into an alcove right next to him. And if you go, okay, I've got him, you don't realize he's fired a couple into that alcove. So we can now break in.
What does that mean? They bounce around after he's dead?
It'll just fly around this little alcove over here, and you break in because everything's cool, and it just hits you.
This is a good place to add that if there's an ender chest in the city, it's going to be here in the top of the 3-story building. And if there's an ender chest, there's a loot chest beside it.
If I was to break it with my pick, which is just unbreaking, it would just give me 4 blocks of obsidian.
Right, so that's why we brought the Silk Touch book.
Yes, because you hardly ever get a Silk Touch pick. So, boom. You have ender chest. So, here's the other thing. Put everything valuable into the ender chest when you get it. It's very important to do that. In the middle of nowhere, it would take me hours to get back to there. And I forgot to put things in the ender chest.
Now, on the 2-story buildings, there's the guy at the door. There's one guy inside in this location, and then there's a random guy.
With a 2-story, you don't want to break the first window. You want to go around the side and break the second window.
Okay. Yeah.
So break that half slab in front of you. And then go around to the outside. And break that first window. Sometimes there's things in the way. And you may have to go to the next window on, but it's definitely either the first or second one. You break the bottom block.
Oh.
And you just shoot the guy.
Not the bottom block of window, you mean?
Bottom block of window, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, the bottom window. And then once you've done that, I did find the teleported guy.
I think I'm hitting the ladder really well.
Oh yeah, you're okay. So go to the other window. Sometimes you have to go to the other window if you don't have a clear shot. And just break that bottom window.
Oh, he teleported. At this point, you may want to go back to that ladder downstairs and get on the roof and see what you can see. This ladder right here.
Yep. And then just break through. Okay, so here, once you've done one, you can actually be nice and safe and get these guys from here rather than going there, especially if it's a really short one like this one was.
Finally, we found another ship, and Odie got his wings. He took out that ship so fast. And wings definitely change how you do some of the raiding. In every city, whether we have wings or not, we start by taking out Fred and Ethel, and then looking underneath all around to clear out all the shulkers off the bottom of the buildings.
Let's have a look. So we'll go back here just so we can get a good look at the city. What we need is the tallest tower. So we're going to head to that guy all the way over there. And we're going to go the long way round.
Okay? What does that mean?
That means we're not going to go straight to that tower. We're going to go around so that they don't shoot at us.
Okay.
So, and then we're going to hop from that one to that one to that one. Okay? So it'll make sense once we get there. So let's...
Okay, I kind of watch you.
Fly. So I'm basically not aiming towards the tower until I get here. And then
you're going to land on the very top?
On the very top, the highest platform. Now,
we're at one of those small banner towers. And this is one of the main things that's different when you have wings. Instead of coming up from the bottom, you land on top of the building.
This is foolproof. You know that when you fire an arrow at a shulker, it will bounce back and hurt you.
Right. These
will bounce back and not hurt you. So I'm going to show you the first one. You can do the second two. So you get any of the edges, preferably away from the other guys. So you count the outside one that's just, you see this brick here. You go 1, 2, and then you drop yourself into the hole. You crouch and back as far as you can. Then you let go. And you basically just sit here. And he opens. He can fire at me. Nothing happens. I'm going to fire and purposely miss. So he's closed. Look behind me. It goes straight through me and doesn't hurt me. And he's dead. Okay. So now we are going to use our wings, and we're going to run and jump while holding W. We're going to spam the spacebar, and we're going to go down to the next one. Don't go to those guys. Count the blocks. So there's this one, and then 1,
this one,
2.
and then this one.
So break that one. Yeah. Now stand in there, and back up, and then stand up. You can stand.
There's a block under me. I can't see him.
Just stand up. Stand. So once you've backed up, now break the block in front of you.
Okay.
And now you can take your time. He can't get you, and it just went straight through you.
Now, how did we know he was right in this spot?
So he's always on this block here, and if you take this block away, he will teleport.
Oh, it's in the middle. That's the block right in the middle. Yeah. I see. So it doesn't matter which way I come in. It's always right. Okay. I get it. The rest of the buildings in this city are like others that we've seen. So we just finish those off the same way that we did before.
I always go to the central pillar because we're going to do utilize the grid.
I mean, we're going to another finding
gonna
another
go
place.
to find another city because we still need that really big central tower. So we have a look and we find north, which is over here. Put F3 in. In the second block on the left, the fourth line down says facing, and it says north.
Right.
Then
I see they're
in
facing
brackets,
north. Yeah.
it says towards negative Z, and then brackets 179.9 is mine. You want 180 if you can. 179.9 is just as good. And then slash, and then you got a -5, which means you're looking up. Positive, or without, and if it just says 5, it means you're looking down. So when you use your rocket, you'll be firing yourself into the ground. You don't want that. You want to be firing up.
So I want a negative.
You want between -5 and -10, so that you don't have to use a lot of rockets. You can float a lot.
Okay.
You'll see on the XYZ at the top of that block, we're at 113 for the Y.
Right.
And that means we're around about the height that you want to maintain. So you want to go above that and then drop just below that and then go up and down, and you're basically doing a seesaw.
Okay.
But you're heading, I'm clamping my mouse down so I never move from that 179.9 or 180 if you can get it. And so you basically just run off the edge, you spam the spacebar, and then once you're floating, you can fire your first rocket. As you drop below the 110-ish, you fire the rocket, you go up a little bit, and then you come back down, and you go up and down, and you basically do that. We're heading north, and that's because we're on the north grid. That's where we started. We're sticking to that north grid.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you see something off to the distance from another grid. I'm just going to let you go and head in that direction and follow you.
Oh, that seems scary.
It is, but don't worry. It's
Okay.
it's not as scary as it seems scary. It isn't scary.
Okay. 3,
So
2, 1. Ooh, there's a thingy. So the two uses for the end portals are getting back to the main end island and finding an end city within 400 blocks. And we did find another city. In fact, there were 2 cities next to each other, each with a ship.
I'm going to show you the flying way to do this. Now, I'll land on the left boat, and I'm going to land right where it needs to be. Let's go up. Fly. There we go. And I am going to land right on that part of the boat that I told you we needed to land on without actually aggravating that guy. Landed
Look at
perfectly.
that.
And then from here, I can just shoot the guy.
Then the rest of the ship is cleared the same way as before.
If you want to just come out here, I'll show you how to get to the dragon head safely.
Okay.
So what we do, we break this, and this, and this. And then you just want 6 blocks. And you just back up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay, so I've
6.
gone up a block from the...
Then I'll go out a bit further, but then you stand directly under the dragon.
5, 6, and then I'm
No,
on the 6th
It's
block.
actually it's number 5 block, but it's always good to have the extra block in case you back up. But
Okay.
so just stand underneath the dragon and hit him at the back of the head. If you hit his mouth, he doesn't break. Okay.
Maybe I should have
Sometimes happens.
stepped up a block. If I'd been up a block, I'd have been closer.
And I'm always directly underneath him.
Okay.
Directly underneath. Underneath the back of his head. That way, as he falls, everything's good. Now, we are gonna do my favoritist one.
Your favoritist one?
Yes, these are the difficult ones.
We've seen a short one of these fat towers before. They come in 3 sizes. There's 3 layers, each one with 4 shulkers inside it. And we already did a 1-layer one with the 4 shulkers. Then they can have 8 shulkers or this one with 12 shulkers. Some of the shulkers can be on the outside, but most are inside in these positions. It appears that for this size fat tower, 2 of the shulkers can be floaters, and of course after they start being injured, any of the shulkers can teleport. These towers sometimes go straight up, and sometimes they have bridges or pathways out of the middle of them. And don't forget, these towers have loot at the top.
We are going to float down and land on the roof first, but we're going to actually get as low as possible before we head over. So watch me. I'm just going to get and then nice and low, and then down here, and then land, because sometimes they're already on the outside, and this is the place to get them. So it looks like we are good. Oh, nope, there is one on the outside, on the side of the building. So again, I'm standing here so that I don't get shot with my own arrows. So let's take him out. Oh, it's okay, I moved.
It's like, oh, he's
and he
gone.
went in. We'll just double check he didn't go. Oh, no, he just moved to the other side. This is the one with the double half slabs. I'm going to let you go. So you just want to be so that the double half slabs are
above me.
Not above you, but across and above from you. So you're one. So we'll just actually right there. No, go back.
Oh, I see.
Right there. Stand directly under the slab, and then go forward just a tiny bit. I usually crouch so I don't have to go forward. And then as they open, you kill them. You might be a bit too far forward. You probably get shot with shulker. You literally just get the barest snippet.
There's a bunch even way up high.
Yep, and then you just keep doing these until you get the ones right in front of you, and then I work on the sides, but you seem to be going for the sides. However you need to do it.
That guy could see me.
Yeah, so, well, it doesn't matter that he can see you. As long as you're under there, he can't hit you. Or if he does hit you, you're under a stair, and you can pretty much...
I won't go very high. Okay.
Now, the other thing is sometimes it hits you and it bounces you off, and you're out of luck, and you're floating up. This is when the potions come in handy. So keeping those potions on your bar means that you can literally, while they're shooting at you, you are just floating up past them, and you can then run to the roof and get out because you're drinking the health potions here, and you are not directly underneath the block. I know it's easy to go off to the side. Just don't. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Now you see there's gaps in the walls.
Yes.
What I do is I go to the one that doesn't have the gap in the wall, because often the little buildings will be close to these. So we want to get past that. We can see that someone did teleport to the outside. So you do not want to go up that one. You want to go up this one because there's no gap. So I'll quickly up, and you can just go up in front of me. Now, we could also go down. Oh, hold on. I see one of the guys teleported. Always got to be vigilant. We got him. So we'll keep going up. And then, because we're past that open area, we can move across and get this one so we don't lose it.
Oh, good, yeah. You got it.
And then we can... you can keep going up there, I'll go up here. Again,
are they fighting each other at this point?
Yeah, they can do. And I'm right at the top. Just make sure there's nothing here. And there's nothing here. So we're good. But we need to go back down and get the ones on the side. I can do the floaty, just turning around. Try and stay centered so that the guys on the edges don't get you. Or you can do that. It's just as good. And then we're going to go down and we're going to go to the top of the ladder. We're going to essentially go and get the guys on the side. So you'll be doing something way off, and one of the guys on the side, because they teleported, will snipe you. So we will go and have a look. Yep, there's one. And he's hiding right under something, so you would not have seen him.
So that does it. Odie has given us a master class in end rating. We've learned how to find our first city, how to fly from city to city, and how to clear all the types of buildings with, in Odie's words,
minimum amount of effort, maximum amount of not dying.
And then at the end of this lesson, here's what he said.
Okay, this is it. Put everything that you've learned to the test. I've shown you everything. All you have to do now is put it into practice.
Yeah, it's not quite that simple, but I'm a lot better at end writing. Thanks for watching. This has been Grandma and Odie.